Hey, welcome back to Daily Hope. We're looking at parallels between Nehemiah, 2,500 years ago, and Jesus the Christ, whose ministry 2,000 years ago provided the way for you and me to have salvation. We've seen three themes: that people fail. Secondly, that God's promises never fail. And third, that restoration is possible for you, me, and anyone else who will turn to God and claim His promises. We've also seen as sort of a subpoint under that third one that Nehemiah, as a picture of Christ, was rebuilding a kingdom and a Jerusalem. Did you know that Jesus is doing that right now? In John chapter 14, verse 3, Jesus told his disciples, "If I go and prepare a place for you," and that's what he's doing right now, "I will then come back to earth, and I will take you, my believers, to be with me, that you may also be where I am, that where I am you may also be." And so Jesus, think about this, you guys. This earth, I believe, was created in 7 days. Some people interpret Genesis chapter 1 differently. They think it was 7 eras. I think it was 7 literal days. Either way, this earth is now broken by sin. So we still have beautiful sunsets and sunrises, beautiful animals. Even when we look at humanity, we see people with beautiful eyes, people with beautiful personalities. So this world is amazing. Sometimes when we face death, we think, I don't know if I want to leave this world. But the reality is, this world is infected and broken. The very tectonic plates broke during the flood of Noah, and as a result now, we have earthquakes, we have tsunamis, we have hurricanes, we have cancer, we have death. Our very spirits, our minds are broken, all of it. And so Jesus is actually preparing a new heaven and a new earth. Did you know that Scripture teaches after Christ returns to earth, he's going to lift out his faithful people? Some people call that the rapture. We will meet him in the clouds. All of his people will be lifted out, and then all the evil of humanity will be judged. The things that grieve you, like racism and rape and genocide and warfare, it will be judged. When Christ returns a second time, he's not going to return as a little baby in a manger. He's going to return as a judge with a sword, with fire in his eyes. And you'll want to be on his team when that happens. In fact, the judgment will eventually be so severe that planet Earth itself will be melted down. Scripture says the elements on Earth, all the metal, all the rock, it will be melted down, and believers will live with God through Jesus on a new earth in a new heaven. So you might not have known this. Your future status with God, it's not just being in heaven, there's also a new earth. Will we travel back and forth? I think so, freely. I don't know for sure. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 describes the perfect body that you will have on that new earth. The book of Revelation describes that just as the Garden of Eden before sin had a tree of life where you could eat that fruit and have immortality, the new earth will have a tree of life, as well as many other marvelous trees. My point is this: don't grieve that we will be leaving this earth, because the earth that we will go to will be so leveled up. Every beauty of this earth will be there, but without the pain. You'll have roses without thorns. You'll have romance without regret. You'll have experience in life over time without aging. You'll have maturity without death. And so Jesus says in John 14:3, I'm going to prepare a place for you, that where I am, there you may also be. He's been working on it for about 2,000 years now. I cannot imagine how amazing it's going to be. So in Nehemiah, once their city got rebuilt and then they rebuilt their civilization, everything was new and beautiful and it was great, but those people still died. Those people still lived in a broken world. And so, believer, today, where you're praying for healing, you're praying for improvement in a circumstance, go ahead and pray those things. But I want you to lift your eyes higher and be reminded your ultimate hope is not that you live here forever in this earth. I know it's all you know and it feels like home, but it's actually kind of the slums in eternity. And the earth that we're going to, the kingdom, capital K, that we're going to is so far superior. And when we get there, we will look back at our time on earth and we will be so grateful for every person we brought with us, every prayer we prayed, every dollar we gave, every moment we served to expand the reach of Christ's kingdom here in this broken earth so as many as possible can be lifted out of it to meet him together in the clouds with all who have believed. All right, we've gone deep today. I'll see you tomorrow for more Daily Hope.